It doesn't matter if you're a freak, a geek, or a loser, as long as you're badass. And here we are with my crew, and we're going to talk about the long and awaited Cobra Kai. #1 on Netflix, but of course you guys didn't see it. We saw it on YouTube, you know.
Right.
We were first.
We're real fans.
We're real fans. Yeah. So we have Tito Lou here.
Yeah, we're real fans. We stole it from YouTube.
Yeah, we have Tito Lou here. He's kind of like our technical consultant, having background in both Gojuru and Tang Sudo. Our buddy Francis over in California, and Tom is cooking whatever over in New York with his Captain America shield. Yeah. So #1 on, as I say, #1 on Netflix is Cobra Kai. You know, I heard that Netflix is actually losing some subscribers because of that cutie show, which I think is disgusting. But I don't want to discuss that because I'm going to start vomiting. Yeah. But so Cobra Kai is basically a continuation, 34 years after Karate Kid. What happened to Daniel San and to Johnny Lawrence?
Johnny.
Johnny.
You know, interestingly enough, Johnny was only on the first Karate Kid. He was there in part of the beginning of Karate Kid 2, for Karate Kid 3. Excuse me. But he was basically, you know, his character pretty much fizzled out after Karate Kid 1.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, even in between though, he had a video out called "Sweep the Leg," which he actually directed. I don't know if you guys. It's a music video, and it's on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out on YouTube, it's "Sweep the Leg." And so Cobra Kai basically is Karate Kid 34 years after. Now we see LaRusso and we see Johnny in their adulthood, and it seems like their lives have switched, where now LaRusso is successful, he's rich, and Johnny Lawrence is down on his luck.
Okay. Right.
Mm.
I can relate to Johnny. So can I just jump right in, Ferdy, Tom, Tito Lou?
Sure.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was like my childhood coming back all over again, right? I loved it because Karate Kid was one of the movies. In fact, maybe it could have been the actual movie that made me I want to do martial arts, right? One of my only gripes about that movie, the Cobra Kai series, is that we all know that Ralph Macchio is not really a martial artist, right? I get that. But here's my thing. It's like Johnny moves like he's been practicing. He hasn't forgotten martial arts in many years, right? Ralph Macchio, or Daniel LaRusso's character, the Daniel LaRusso character, he moves like he hasn't done martial arts at all.
Oh, he's terrible. That crescent kick was terrible.
No, but that's my point. My only point here is this: is that he supposedly in the series continued on training. He stopped for a little bit, but he continued training because he was able to teach his daughter karate, right?
Yep.
And so that means he supposedly continued his training, but his movements was not doesn't look like somebody who's done martial arts for 30 plus years. He's old, right? And it doesn't matter. No, old guys moves a lot. I mean, they still move with purpose.
Yes.
Right? And he just didn't have it. And one of my only gripes about it is that they should have taken 6 months before filming and just worked on him on that one. Right? Just worked on him on getting better, getting moving like it, you know. I mean, what happened? You know, like I think that's when they started shortchanging the show in that end. Like you can't have Cobra Kai 30 years later with all these crazy fandoms, right? The Karate Kid fans, who are most of them aren't in martial arts themselves, and see that 30 plus years later, Ralph Macchio or Daniel LaRusso moves like he was still day one and walking into a martial arts studio for the first time.
Yeah, I agree with Francis there, but from what I understand, that after Karate Kid movie, William Zabka actually did start martial arts, and before that, he was actually a high school wrestler.
Right.
Yeah, with that.
But I mean, you know that famous scene where he kicked the boba out of that
Yeah, that
person's
was
head,
a
the
that,
other
that that
girl?
was a terrible crescent kick. That was like what?
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's like, dude, did you stretch first or something? It's like,
Was
I'm
that
like,
just a
you
take
need a little
one?
bit more- I mean, it's like you need to be a little bit more limber. And number two, like, why are you wasting boba like that? I mean, that's not right.
Yeah, that's Asian. That's
You know?
you know.
So,
Yeah, well,
so yeah, that was so that that was definitely my gripe about that. So,
but the story, I kudos to the writers, dude. I mean, that story
for
is
sure.
just oh my god. That you know how he how Johnny opened Cobra Kai.
right.
Yeah, and
I just love how Johnny. He really put a lot of focus on Johnny's character.
yes,
Yeah. I felt like Johnny was put in a time bubble, right? Because even though he stopped, he just kind of let himself go. He didn't even know what a website was,
yeah,
right? And come
he's
on.
an '80s guy, just like us.
No, I get that, dude. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, right? And I mean, I still know how to say a website because the way he was, you just go to my website. It's www. Cobra Kai, all lowercase, period. COM. I'm like, dude, nobody talks like that, right?
Yeah.
And
Hey, Hash Brown.
but
Hash Brown Cobra Kai.
but the thing about it, that's what I love about his character development. Like they basically, like he was asleep. He was
he
with
is.
Van Winkle.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? For the 30
Stuck in the
years.
'80s. Stuck in the '80s.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden he wakes up and he's like, "Whoa, what is this?" You know, it's like horseless carriage, kind of stuff, right? So,
Well,
to me, that was. I love that character. I like that story arc.
I'll tell you what I love, like with the '80s vibe. But most of all,
for sure.
the '80s music. We had the '80s rock is the best music. And
Oh, yeah.
they had great music, from Poison. I love Poison. Seen them in concert. And
But you know what I also love? I mean, I mean, the soundtrack for the original Karate Kid. I am the man who will
oh, dude,
fight. I mean,
that's Karate Kid too.
I mean, come on, dude.
That's Peter Cetera.
Oh my goodness.
Peter Cetera. See,
brought it all back.
see,
Brought it all
Francis is showing his other Filipino talent. Where's the karaoke? Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Sorry.
Oh, where's the
I'm
kid?
actually classically trained tenor, so I get my classical now. So when I beat up somebody, I have my own soundtrack because I start singing when I'm kicking somebody's
Oh,
ass.
me, it's got to be like '80s. It's got to be '80s.
We're not gonna take it.
Oh, I love that. Twisted Sister.
Yeah, Johnny's character was put in a time bubble, and he was cryogenically frozen. As far as that is concerned, but man, he's like, 30 plus years, right? 30 plus years he was in where he was just miserable, absolutely miserable,
yeah.
right? He must have got married.
Yeah. No, he didn't get married because Allie left. Remember? You know what the thing is?
No, he should be happy.
Yeah.
No, the kid that Daniel was teaching, that's his son.
Yeah. Well, we'll go back to that. We'll go there. But
Okay, sorry.
here's the thing. No, don't worry, brother. Excuse me.
Hold on. Can I just say something real quick, Marty?
Sure.
Can I just say something? I love the series. And for those who haven't seen Cobra Kai yet, the only thing that's sad is that when Johnny dies in the end. Right?
He's lying. But you know what?
When he got hit by that bus, where the hell did that come from?
So-
I mean, like, what?
Yeah, he did the train kick. No, but here's the thing, though, dude. So all of the Cobra Kai students, right, that Johnny's teaching, if Johnny was in their high school, if they went to high school with Johnny, all of their milk money would have been in Johnny's pocket. Those would have been the kids that Johnny would have been picking on. So the kids that he's picking on, right? That he picked on, they all came to his school, and
Right.
and if you look at it too, like the positive spin that it did have on those kids' lives, like look Aisha, look at Aisha, Miguel,
Right.
and
Right.
my favorite character, Hawk. I love Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Hawk, I love
I
that.
love the fact.
Flip
I love
the
the
script.
fact that you can see Johnny's
Positive
like
influence
getting
too.
into it. No, but not only that, but he was actually like, he said there's no girls allowed in Cobra Kai, but then that girl was like, he's like, wow, she's a Cobra.
Yeah.
He's like, he's starting to get a little woke, to lack of a better term. He's starting to get a little woke that there are women that are just badass fighters.
Yeah.
So he's starting to see that himself, and but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, man, that was pretty cool. But you're right; those would be the Daniels, like the Daniels of today, right? They're the ones that would be on like crazy. So
and with going back to my favorite character, Hawk. Hawk takes a negative, right? He takes a negative.
He does.
That lip thing, the scar on his lip. He adds the mohawk. Now it looks like a battle scar. It looks like badass. He made that look badass,
Right.
And it's
And then the tattoo. Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta say this. I know a lot of tattoo artists, right? And I know most. I mean, I'm not saying all of them are like this, but I know most of them will never ever tattoo somebody under 18.
Yeah.
Right? Even if Jesus himself was saying, no, tattoo this person, they still won't do it because of the liability of it. Right? And but the way that it was tattooed was too intricately beautiful for somebody who does it underground. I could be wrong, but real tattoo artists will never tattoo anybody under 18. So,
and going back to Hawk, I think one of the reasons why I like Hawk so much is because I think I can relate to Hawk in a bit. Like before martial arts, Eli was quiet guy, shy. That was me, dude. Before martial arts, that was me, right? I mean, I was like, I was afraid to even go up and say hello to a girl, much less ask her out. Now look. I mean, Tom, you know my personal life.
yeah, I know.
because it's like when women when girls especially the girl I was talking to a while ago before I hung up, when they know that you do martial arts, it's like, oh wow, the girls say they're dangerous, and I had to no, I'm not dangerous. I'm deadly. Dangerous is a mindset. Deadly is a skill set. But it's the confidence that it gives you. It empowers you, and that's when we teach self defense. Especially with women, one of the goals is to empower them, and that's what Johnny did with especially Hawk. He empowered Hawk. And Hawk went with, I think, the hottest girl there, Moon. I think Moon was the hottest girl.
I don't want to really confirm or deny that she was hot because she's under 18.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying.
Well, I think she's the cutest, okay? Yeah.
Well, the actress might be over 18.
Yeah.
The character might be over 18.
Yeah,
Maybe, but still.
Oh, I got into it with somebody and it wasn't even about it was in one of the Cobra Kai pages on Facebook, and we were talking about Carmen and Amanda, and this guy's like, everybody he was calling everybody pervert, and I called him a keyboard warrior, and he said, all right, and he was living in Rhode Island, and he goes, oh, bring your sorry ass some karate purple belt up to me. And I go, dude, no, dude, I'm not gonna, I'm not juvenile, and plus I don't do karate, I do Kali. And then I started getting messages, oh, dude, Kali, that's some badass stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so Hawk was my favorite because I like the transformation. And the guy that I can't stand, but I think he's a great actor, I can't stand Dimitri. Yeah.
Dimitri, who's that again?
Dimitri, that's his friend. Dimitri, the
Oh yeah. Sorry.
and I mean, I can't believe how Dimitri beat the Hawk. That just doesn't fly with me. But that's the writers, so we'll give that to him.
Overconfident.
It could be overconfidence, but
But Hawk went extreme, right? Hawk was this timid guy that was afraid of his own shadow to someone that wanted to kill everyone.
yeah, that's why I wanted Hawk to get back at Kyler, the bullies that bullied him. I want him to get back at those guys, but that would be cool. Who's the punk now?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're at what the transformation not only with Hawk but with the other students, and
Right.
and then I think the kicker was Robbie, bringing Robbie in, and then
yeah.
Robbie finding out that
Yeah.
Robbie is Johnny's son.
Right.
That's like whoa,
Right.
you
That was I hats off to the writers on that one. Major
Yeah.
kudos on that one. So they did a really that was a nice twist in my opinion.
That was exactly, and how Robbie changed too from being a thug, and a criminal to,
Right.
being a stand-up guy.
Right. I mean, the thing about it is, it's like you definitely can't draw complete parallels between Daniel and Robbie, right? But there are some similarities, where in a sense where the whole idea of when the student is ready, the teacher will, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up, right?
Yeah, will appear.
The teacher will appear, right? So, in Daniel LaRusso's life, he lost his dad, right? When they moved to LA, we don't know how long it was from the moment that his father died to when they moved to Los Angeles, but it could be construed that that's why they moved to LA, because the mom needed a job, right?
Yeah, well, the mom got a job. She was being transferred. She got a job.
Well, no,
Computers.
but I think that was part of the reason. But regardless, but he didn't have a father figure in his life, and then enter Mr. Miyagi, right? And Mr. Miyagi just became his, adopted father, and
Like
then
Robbie.
like Robbie. Then now you see Robbie, but then his dad's actually alive, right? But it's like so. I mean, it's a really, you can still draw the parallels, but it's still different at the same time, which is what makes me love it even more, to be honest with you guys.
And then Johnny treating Miguel more of his son.
Right.
Taking
Exactly.
And there's a lot of speculation on who Miguel's father is, right?
Well, I don't think it's Johnny, because
No.
like I think so. What was that?
What's his name from Karate Kid 2?
No, you're thinking about Silver. You're thinking about Terry Silver?
Yeah, so they're thinking that he's the father.
Yeah. Well, they said that he was a bad man. He said it was a bad man. That they had to get
Right.
away from him. So
So yeah,
that's
what the speculation. That'd be cool if it was.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
So.
Well, they are gonna have to tie in. People are gonna want that tied in, and I think the guy that played Mike Barnes, Sean Kanan, I believe his name is. I think he did an interview saying that he might get tied in, but we all know that
Right.
Chosen's coming back.
Right.
Chosen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. I just how they're gonna spin that where Chosen now is, maybe Chosen. To me, I was thinking that Chosen probably inherited all Sato's wealth.
Could be.
Yeah, and maybe,
Well, it's gonna be,
and he
There's
probably had to
something
turn a
about
new.
Miyagi.
He had to turn a new leaf probably because Sato.
Right. There's some secret about Miyagi. You hear it in the trailer.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mr. Miyagi
No,
was like
no.
I was like a son to Mr. Miyagi.
Right.
So it's like, were they
Okay, so-
training together? Why were they training? So there's got to be some twist to what happened to Chosen.
So There was actually, I posted this many years ago, before Cobra Kai came out, that I wouldn't mind seeing a new sub stories within the Karate Kid franchise about Mr. Miyagi, him growing up, right? Like, for example, one of the characters, like one of the discussions that Mr. Miyagi told Daniel was that he was saying that I thought that, the Miyagi-Do karate was taught from father to son only. How did Sato become? And then he begged his father for special
request,
permission, right?
Yeah.
So you can see that those two are brothers before, right? And then at one point, I would imagine that the dad probably looked at Sato like a son also.
Oh, he did.
Right?
He did.
Yeah. So just seeing the way Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita's character, the way he treats Daniel, it's like, that's the way his teacher taught him, which just happened to be his father.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a really strong bond there.
Oh, yeah,
but
definitely.
Of course, it was a girl that breaks them apart, right? So I could see Mr. Miyagi being really like a troublemaker, right? And then you can see Sato being the guy that's like always pulling him out of trouble because he's the rich guy, right?
So it's like a Johnny Danielson thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then, of course, the war happened, and it flipped Mr. Miyagi into a whole different person, right? War changes people, from what I hear. Right? I've never been to war, so I can't really definitively say. But wouldn't that be a really great thing to see, the life of Mr. Miyagi before Daniel?
You know what?
I think that would have been.
Maybe we should make the pitch.
And if somebody knows how to get a hold of Will Smith, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, you're in Cali, dude. Oh, I like that big gulp, bro.
I got LaRusso living a couple of miles away from me, so maybe I'll knock on his door.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But think about it. Just the life story of Mr. Miyagi before he left. The story of him being in Okinawa.
Yeah, him growing up.
All you know,
Growing up Miyagi. That's what we call him, growing up Miyagi.
Growing up Miyagi, so, or maybe we could put it the original Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Which is Mr. Miyagi, something like that, right? But I could just, I can just see Mr. Miyagi being
Karate Kid, the beginnings.
When his dad taught him how to do wax on, wax off, but it was something completely different, something more relevant to their time. Right? It's just, oh man, I would just love to see that.
Yeah.
I just think that would be. What was Mr. Miyagi's wax on, wax off moment? The moment of epiphany when you're like, oh my goodness, I know karate. Kind of stuff, right? Come on, that was pivotal. So when they made the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, right? They knew they had to create that moment of epiphany where everything clicks, right? And I don't know if you guys know this, when the writers approached Jackie Chan, that was one of the things that they were worried about, how are we going to create that epiphany moment? But Jackie Chan told the producers, no, I've been thinking about this. Ever since you made me the offer, I've been thinking about this. And he choreographed the Pick Up the Jacket. So that was from the mind of Jackie Chan. And I'm like, damn, that's good. If I can find a way to teach my students FMA while doing my house chores, holy crap, I'd be over it, man.
Scrub the toilet. Scrub the toilet. Cut the vegetables. Cut the meat. Stir the curry.
Exactly. Paint my whole house, fumigate it. So,
okay, here's a question that I have. Okay, so we know that according to Karate Kid lore, Miyagi left at 18. He left Okinawa at 18 after declaring his love for, what's her name, Yukio? Was it Yukio?
No, Yukio was the other girl. Yuki, yeah, you're right, Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki.
Yeah, Yukio.
Yeah. Okay. So if he left at 18, all right. So did Sato learn more karate, or did like in the Philippines where you keep more the family style more to family members? So that's the thing. It was so Sato was there longer. So, and of course it was Sato's would be paying tuition to to Miyagi's father, so he had to be learning more karate.
So I don't think he would have continued training, and I don't think because his father, the elder Miyagi, would have not stopped it. I don't think so, but I think Sato would have stopped.
You think?
I think Sato is a man of principle and high honor, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't think Sato will ever ask his teacher to teach him more karate and how to kill his son. Does that make sense?
I'm not. I'm just saying it's like okay, it's like all right.
Well, okay,
And hypothetically, I'm just saying hypothetically, saying like
I
all
get
right.
that, but with all things being equal, let's say by the time Miyagi left Okinawa, that him and Sato had equal amount of knowledge in karate.
Yeah.
Right, the Miyagi-Do karate. But of course, Mr. Pat Morita's character leaves, right, and Mr. Sato stays in the island, right. I think that of course, if he continued training with the elder Miyagi, his karate would have propelled.
Yeah,
him to
that's
the level.
that's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
I'm not saying younger Miyagi wouldn't be growing, but it definitely wouldn't be growing as fast.
Yeah.
Right? So my point here is just knowing the character of Sato being deeply rooted in honor, right? I mean, when the elder Miyagi died, he said he would give him time to mourn in honor of his teacher.
Yeah, the teacher,
Sato,
because of his teacher.
Right. I think Sato would have never asked the elder Miyagi to teach him more karate, so that he would know more know how to teach him how to kill his son.
No, just for knowledge and skill alone. I mean, just like, all right. I had something with your son, but my purpose is not to, but just to learn more.
I think. I'm sorry, Purdy.
Okay. So let's say that both of them, when Miyagi Sensei left, they were at, let's say hypothetically, they were at both 4th Dan, right? So now Sato continues training. Maybe Sato goes up to 6th, 7th Dan. So that's what I'm saying. Does he, does he further his knowledge?
Is his goal for learning to kill or to fight Miyagi, or is it just to learn and become a better practitioner?
I just think that because the way Sato gets there, but by the time Mr. Miyagi comes back to Okinawa, that burning hatred that he had for his best friend was still there.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Right?
Because...
This is 30 what, 40 years? I don't know how long it was, right? From the moment when he left Okinawa to when he came back, he wanted his honor to be satisfied. He wanted to be. So I would think that with everything, that was his main focus. And now to put it into your theory of what happened when Chosen is coming back. If Chosen takes over Sato industry, then that means Sato didn't have any children.
Yeah, which I don't think he had. I don't think he had.
And I'm saying, and maybe it could possibly because he was supposed to marry Yuki.
Yeah.
But he never married, so he was always focused on restoring his honor against Pat Morita's character.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he is just principled enough and honorable enough, right? Because he could have gone after him in California. He's definitely wealthy enough to do that, right?
Yep.
But he said it had to be done in their turf, right? I think he would just be honorable enough, and he would care about his teacher enough, not to ask his teacher to choose between him and his son.
Mm. I don't think it's saying choose between.
He was just focused one-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was just focused one-minded that he wanted to. He had one goal in life now: to continue training, was to eventually beat, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Right, but I just don't think he'd be able to ask his teacher, "Sir, teach me some more on how to kill your son." That's essentially what he's teaching. He's asking his teacher to do that. Remember, this was not a recreation for them. Mr. Miyagi said this himself, that karate was not a recreation for their generation. It wasn't. It was for life in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. I agree with you
So,
there. And I think that actually by the time they were 18, they already had the skill that they can each kill each other. They had that skill already, you know.
right.
Assuming
So,
they
but I
started
just
like
think
at
that
5 or 6 years old. So,
exactly.
and plus the training there would have been different than what conventional karate is here now in the shopping mall. There. You got to remember, they didn't have belts there. They had rope.
Exactly, and I mean, like, I'm just saying, it's like honor was such a big thing for Sato,
Oh yeah, honor was
right?
yeah,
It was
yes.
such, he was just honor was. I mean, he's like almost like a Klingon. That's how much honor was mattered to him, right?
Mm.
It's like I just don't think. I think he'd be the principled person that he was. He would not ask his teacher to teach him more skills more than his son would know, so that he can use it against his son in the future.
Okay.
Peter Lou, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, me, the teacher will never teach you how to kill. I remember when I was in Kyoto, training with in the Goju College. Yamaguchi Sensei gave me a book, only 5 book. That's where he placed my, what do you call my diploma. They wrote it there, and then on the last page was a point system, how to hurt people. The whole. I was asking him, I said, Sensei, can you teach me this one? He said, when you're already 60 years old, you come back. They will teach you the point. Because you might touch anybody unconsciously, and then you might hurt them. Especially when you're teaching, That's why when we introduce, every time I teach, in the Philippines, not so much, because in the Philippines, it's part of our culture, When you're hit the other side. It's not, but in America, I was cautious when I came here. So I was trying to do it like the Philippines, very careful, but it won't work. Andy told me, this is America, Lou. This is not the Philippines. So you have to teach them what they want. I said, I cannot teach them what they want. They have to wait.
Right, wait to earn it.
I started martial art 1964.
The year before I was born.
Yeah, 1964.
56 years.
But most of us learn it in the backyard. Like I was telling them, somebody interviewed me, asking me how I learned fencing. I said, it was called European fencing by our grandfathers, but we practiced with feather duster, using feather duster, And harness before was for self-defense, It was popular in Cebu, but in Manila, when you go, you like Presas, join Philippine Karate Association. So his organization will be recognized, But in Manila, it's all empty hands. It's all empty hands. So that's why I was telling them, I got the idea from Goju that if there is a karate education, why can we not have FMA education? It's the basic.
So when we, I'm sorry. Sige po, Tito.
Most of our students, they attend workshop, but basic is not taught in the workshop. There is not much time. Even how good the teacher is, doesn't have enough. Especially when the workshop in like four good instructors. They will never teach you the basic. You know, that's why after the workshop, I asked them, "What did you learn?" They cannot explain to me. They did not. They saw how it's done, but it's not how it's actually done. My take in going back to the original Karate Kid. When I watched that movie, I was so because I was about the lesson that is being taught. You know, wax out, wax in, wax out. That coincide with what my grandfather taught me, abierta cerrada, which means from forehand to backhand. There are only two strikes in martial arts, especially in Filipino art, that you can put anywhere you want. So, and then if you need it for combat, you only have to learn Atacada General, 1 to 5. It's all there, you know. The forehand and the backhand. So be careful of the backhand because the backhand is the one that
will kill you.
One was asking me about
the pimp hand. Oh, I like that, dude. I'm gonna use that. The pimp hand. The pimp hand. So going back to what we're saying is that in the Karate Kid movie, when Daniel-san was ready, he was going to the tournament. He's saying like he hopes he knows enough karate, and Miyagi said it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So as Tito Lu said, it's learning the basics, and then refining the basics.
Right.
You know, and that's so maybe that's what Miyagi was. That's probably what his training was all about when he left Okinawa, and then started teaching Daniel-san. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So
I just think that I mean, and this is of course speculation. This is all theoretical. I'm just thinking it's that just looking at the character of Sato, on how deeply rooted he was in how broken his honor was, right? That he wasn't going to do something like that and asking a father to teach him how to hurt his son or kill his son. That's just that's where I'm just coming from.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could, I mean, this is theoretical, right? We don't really know. But when they make the Mr. Miyagi the early years series,
we got to go to Ralph Macchio's house.
So,
well, my theory was that after the war he went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and opened up a burger joint.
yeah. That's right. In Happy Days. That's right. Happy Days.
Yeah. Oh, Sandy's not here.
One of his first students was the Fonz. That's right.
No, but he was doing judo. He was doing judo there, though. Remember?
You want me to go back?
Right.
Yeah.
You come in?
So,
Yeah.
So I mean, we're talking about season 1 of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
What about season 2?
Well, with season 1. Well, wait, with season 1, so now Robbie starts training with Daniel-san. Whoa, that's a kick in the face, And it was like, and then just when Johnny and Daniel were just like starting to start bonding,
Daniel-san screws it all up every time.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like, man, Ario Speedwagon? What man doesn't?
Yep.
I love Ario Speedwagon.
It's interesting if you look at the students of both of them. So you got the kid that studies with Daniel-san is very aggressive and he becomes very calm. And then, like Hawk, studying with Johnny, was timid and he becomes very aggressive.
Right.
So it flips their personality, you know, and like Johnny doesn't want him to be that way because he's kind of
Right.
changing his mindset. But yeah, so it's like Miyagi-Do changes you into a calm person, and Cobra Kai changes you into a crazy maniac.
I think Cobra Kai more. Well, he was crazy mean, but you know what it did? It just empowered him. He felt more empowered and he felt more confident. You know, he felt more confident that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go get the girl. You know, it's a life Dimitri said. Like, I don't get it. You know, you change your hair and all of a sudden, you know, you're a stud. And he goes like, hey, it's a mindset. It's, you know. And,
But not even just talk. They all turn very aggressive.
yeah.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. Miss Robinson.
And that's what made Johnny, you know, think about what he was doing, and he wanted
Right.
to change it. So it was interesting the way everything was flipped.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, he.
The one thing that confuses me about season 2 is how the hell did the teacher, like, how did he lose the studio to the other guy?
Okay. Well, hold on.
Contract.
Hold on. Okay.
Sorry,
Let's get
sorry.
to. All right. So now Johnny achieves his goal. He wins the tournament. Right? His top student wins the tournament, but the twist is his top student had to beat his son. And
Right.
everything about he's preaching about no mercy and everything, you know, he like backpedals and says like, you know, we don't have to basically cheat to win. You know, we can win
Right.
with honor. And
Honor.
all because
Right,
it you know, it deals with his son. And then you know, Miguel wins. He loses the girl because he was with Sam. Right?
Right.
And Daniel-san, you know, it fires him up to open Miyagi-Do. Right?
Right.
But here's one part that I loved from that tournament was when Daniel-san claps his hand and starts rubbing it, and then he's like, you know, medic. That was hilarious. Medic.
That was pretty funny.
And then Daniel LaRusso's gonna coach.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he's a 2-time All Valley champion. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he'll kick the boba tea right out of your hand.
Exactly.
We didn't see the second time, did we?
Oh, and you know
Let's Karate Kid 3.
yeah. What was that?
3?
Yeah, Karate Kid 3.
With Silver.
Yeah, that's when he did
right.
Yeah. But we forgot to mention the billboard. Daniel-san.
Yeah.
and then his rival sends him which was very nice, sending him all sausage pizza.
Right. Exactly. So I used to be a car salesman, and it is that cutthroat. A car salesman. I used to be a car salesman, and it is that cutthroat. It is definitely that cutthroat. So I was like, yeah, no, owners would definitely do that to each other. Like there's no shame in their game.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
All right. So that's how season 1 ended. Oh no, we forgot. And you know how it ends is Johnny's happy. He's drinking his Coors Banquet. You know, he's in his dojo, and all of a sudden that dark figure comes in. I always knew that you could do it. You know. And then
Is that guy gonna die?
and then it's like, and just when you thought that it was the end, it's just the beginning.
Right, exactly.
And that was like, oh, right. So now we're ready for
I know.
Now we're ready for season 2.
For season 2, exactly.
Season.
Tune in next week, next Friday.
I know, same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah.
So.
You want to do season 2 next week?
We should, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we should do season 2 next week. Yeah, we can do that. So.
Okay. Let's pick Tito Lou's
I mean, this
brain.
is where Johnny dies, right, on the season 2.
No.
The bus.
No, that's when Johnny has that sex change.
Oh, that's
And
right.
goes lives with Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, then season
so
2.
now
He dies.
Yeah, so now his name is Jeanette. So,
Yeah. All right. So I want to thank our 3 guests. I'm not gonna call you guys guests. You guys are already part of the family. Hey, so anybody want to plug? Anybody want to make a plug?
That better not be a guest. That better not be a guest, damn it.
No. Francis, your plug.
This is Guru Francis. Yeah, go ahead. So this is Guru Francis from Filipino Martial Arts School. If you guys are looking for a Filipino martial arts group somewhere here in Southern California, Riverside County, go check us out at fmaschool.com or call me at 804-372-7462, which spells out Eskrima, or facebook.com/FMA School.
I like that. It's Screama. Dude, I like that. That is awesome, man. Hey, you want to plug Bayani Talk?
My announcer.
Hold on. Francis, you want to plug your Bayani Talk?
Yes. Okay. So I own another company called 413 Media Group. Basically, we film various different martial artists and just kind of showcase what they do and just the story, their history, and their story. And we do. I release a video every Wednesday called Bayani Talk. It's on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I also release a FMA tutorial video every Friday at 6 p.m. And I started a new TikTok channel called Escrimador. The channel is called Big Boy Escrimador, because now I'm kind of talking about how I'm a Filipino martial artist that happens to be a little bit bigger than normal person. So, and then what are my challenges and how I've been overcoming that. So, yeah, come check us out, man. I'm all over the internet. So.
All right, dude. And when we edit that, we'll do that. Not a problem, brother. Not a problem. Family. And you, Tom?
What about me?
You want to plug your school?
Cold water.
Yeah, I teach martial arts.
Yeah.
What do? I teach the Filipino stuff, right? The Korean stuff. So Filipino martial arts. It's my Korean stuff is based off of Warangdo, but it's not really Warangdo, but it's based off that. And Kyusho, under Kyusho International, their program, which is the leader in Kyusho knowledge.
Pressure points for the layman's term.
Pressure points for the layman. And it's all done on Long Island, Long Island, New York. Websites, so I say www.
No, it's period.
Period.
That's period. So.
It's tacticsmartialarts.com. You can check it out. I got some videos. I got lazy on the videos, putting them up. I got 1 million of them. I got to get a new computer so I can edit it because everything's full and nothing's the computer's so slow. But there's some up there on YouTube. There's links on the website for everything. Check it out. Got questions? Let me know. Call me, email me, text me. Don't call me. I don't answer. Text me, email me. I do Kyusho lectures every other Sunday now. I was doing every Sunday. Now I'm doing live classes.
Are you doing it this Sunday?
This Saturday. This Saturday is my first live class in a while. So it'll be Saturday live class, next Sunday lecture, following Saturday live class. I'm also Zooming the live classes too. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. Just let me know.
Well, how do we get contact with you on the Zoom?
Go to the website. It's got all the contact information.
Okay, cool.
If I tell you now, you're not going to write it down. So,
Huh?
Tactics Martial Arts. Tactics Martial Arts, New York.
Don't worry, it'll be on the screen. It'll be on the screen.
If you type in Kyusho, I come up.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, everybody, I want to thank you guys. Next week we will do... Oh, am I going to be around next? Yeah, I'm going to be around next week. Yeah, we will do season 2 of Cobra Kai, where Johnny gets fixed. Daniel-san...
You get the vasectomy?
I know, right?
Yeah. So I want to say, well, we're going to say good night to the audience, but we'll hang out here. Okay, so everybody, good night, and we will see you next week. Say good night, everybody.
Yep. Good night, everybody.